Hello everybody, I'm Ajax Bayback Coriander, also known as Saint Ajax 33, or just Saint Ajax, and today I'm going to be showing you how to upload a file to FA and actually have it be seen. So often I see on people's FA pages just a Word document that you have to click on to download, and while Word documents have a lot more control over how your content is displayed, you're not going to get as much interaction with your stories if somebody has to do that. There's a lot of people who won't click on your download link to read your story because they don't think it's going to be worth their time because it looks really unprofessional, at least in my opinion anyway. Icons are also important, but I'll talk about that later. Alright, so first thing, you need to have Microsoft Word. Just don't write shit. Don't write anything on Notepad. Don't write anything on some free weird third program. And don't and while Google Docs is great and it's great for collaborative work, it's not great for final editing. It doesn't have the accuracy and control that Windows word processor does. It also doesn't catch as many spelling errors. And please use spell check. Please use spell check. Um, anyway, so here's what you need to do, and you have to follow this very closely. I've also made some examples of what you need to do to get different types of formatting into FA. See these eyes right here? These are actually going to give you your italics. You need a start tag and you need a close tag that look just like this. And then this will be italicized within your document. This right here. These B tags, which are similar, will bold out the text in here. And then here's something, if I remember right, that if I've just been doing this so long that I barely even notice when I do it anymore. But FA does some weird formatting when you only put one paragraph space in between your paragraphs. Like I've seen this right here get completely crunched together, and it's right on top of each other, and it looks really unprofessional. Now, if I remember right, doing these two spaces between the paragraphs should fix that. Alright, so let's finally get to what I need to get to, which is saving the file. Alright, so new, you go to Save As, you select where you want to save it, and then you select plain text. Hit save, and then there's going to be a window that pops up. And this is very important that you follow this step, these steps in particular, which is you have to hit allow character substitution before you do anything else. If you don't do that, you're going to cause a lot of weird formatting errors within the document. I don't know why, but that's been the case over every single version of Microsoft Word. And this process has not changed much between 2007 to 2013 or whatever the heck it's on now. And then you just do, and then you hit other encoding, and then you're going to scroll up until you find US-ACII. I don't know if that's 11 or LL. I used to know, but it's been such a long time since I've looked it up that I can't recall. But this allows the file to be encoded to just appear on FA. If you don't have this encoding, you're going to get a lot of weird question mark errors and a lot of weird formatting that doesn't make sense, and it just doesn't work. This also doesn't work with some foreign characters. Like there was this character that I wrote. No, wait, no, never mind. That was for Furaffinity, FA. Never mind. But regardless, you're not going to run into that problem. So after you do that, you just hit OK. And exit out here. And then your FA sample is where you saved it. You go to FA. You're going to hit submit. Story. Next up. I'm sure you all know how to do this. Submission file. OneDrive. Get what you need. And then icons are very, very important in the world of FA. If you don't have an icon, you're going to get a lot less interaction than if you did. And I would advise text icons like I have. I'm not sure what I have that's safe for work, but let's find out. They might be really old. But I've been on FA long enough and other furry websites that I know unless you have just like some sort of icon to go over your stories, you're just not going to get as much interaction. Like, even it just makes your stuff look unprofessional. Just something as simple as this. Just don't steal my coloration. Try to come up with your own kind of coloration that distinguishes your website. And you need to, or not website, your profile. You also need to make sure it's readable. You don't want to do like bright red with black tiny text. It's not going to look good. It's not going to work, and people aren't going to click on your stories. You just want something simple and clean, and that's the best way to do it. And sometimes maybe pick an interesting font to help set your story icons away from somebody else. Or something that I've seen people do is take their icons and put a white layer, semi-translucent layer over the top of it, and then right over that with black text. That tends to work really well. That will distinguish your stuff and also make it readable. All right. Now, next, I'm going to put this into select the rating. Where's the scraps button? All right. Test. Fill. I'm not gonna do all this stuff because this is just a tutorial video. But with your descriptions, you also want to have something powerful that really grabs somebody's attention. You only have like 2 sentences before somebody's going to decide whether or not they want to read your story. So at the top, don't go, man, I really didn't want to write this story, but a friend got me to, blah 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 blah, or some thing that's going to make you seem like you don't know what you're doing. Just have a little blurb about what your story is, and then underneath that, write what you want to say about it. Because FA, I don't know if I'll be able to do it on this one, but FA has a feature where you can just click on this little icon in the corner, and then your description pops up. It does this on some phones and everything, and you're going to get like maybe the first 2 or 3 sentences on there, and then nothing more. All right. And keywords. Keywords are very important. If you have something in there, you need to make sure you put it into the keywords, or people aren't going to be able to find your stuff. Now, FA does do something interesting with their stories. If you don't have keywords per se, sometimes what it will do is it'll actually read through the text document and pull out keywords from that, and it will pop up when you search for something. So say you have like a bear that's mentioned once in your story and then never mentioned again, and then somebody searches bear on FA, sometimes those will pop up, which is why you want to, if you're looking for something very specific, people tend to do @keywords like that when they're searching, and then that pops up with only stuff that's been selected in keywords. So keywords are very important. I don't think categories are as important as they used to be, because you can have it. I don't personally know anybody that actually looks through this stuff, because apparently people get very mad. Like, I have a friend who would put stuff in the fat fur categories, and fat furs would get all over him and be like, that's not fat enough, even though the character was like chubby. And it's just kind of like, so you can do it if you want to, don't if you don't. And then make sure to put keywords like male, female, you know, just stuff like that. Like, but just try to be specific as possible, because FA has a ridiculous character limit. Alright, And then there's folders, but I'm sure you all know how to do that. Alright, well, let's see what it looks like. Finalize. Alright, so as you can see, the italicized text became italicized, the B stuff became bolded, and this is what paragraphs look like if you don't double space between them. Well, double enter. They get all crunched together, and they look very bad and unprofessional, and it makes your stuff really hard to read. But if you do these two paragraphs in between, two spaces in between, you get this nice kind of spacage, and it's just very easy to read, very clean. And then this is an example of what it looks like. So stuff, enter, enter, stuff. And if you do that, it'll look fine. If you don't, it's going to look like crap. Other furry websites usually do the same thing. The only one that's different is SoFurry. With SoFurry, you actually have to go in and take out that second space between the paragraphs, but that's a lot easier to do than to have to worry about your file looking like crap. So there's that. So now you know how to post to FA like a real furry professional writer. And good night and good luck.